Well, hello there. Welcome once more to Concho's Kitchen. And if this is your first time stopping by, I would like to say a very warm akava to you. So tell me, are you really ready for some dessert? Well, I am. And so I'm sharing with you this very delicious, moist condensed milk cake recipe. I know you will love this. For this recipe, you need some sugar, baking powder, grated nutmeg, just because I'm Ghanaian and we bake with baking powder all the time, some vanilla extract, lemon, condensed milk, some butter, eggs, and your flour. And all these ingredients are going to be listed for you in their right quantities in the description box. So please check it out. So I've poured my flour into my mixing bowl. I've added some salt, nutmeg, baking powder, and these are my dry ingredients. So I'm just going to go ahead and stir and set it aside. Now I have my butter in here, and these are 2 sticks of butter, which makes a cup. I've added my sugar, and this is just a 1/3 cup of sugar because condensed milk is very sweet. I'm using sweetened condensed milk, so you can imagine how sweet that is. So you want to cut back on the sugar as much as possible. So I'm creaming together the sugar and the butter. And I'm just going to try to do this until it is a little bit light and fluffy. And then I'll add in my condensed milk. So this recipe was requested by one of you family members, Mommy Jeanette. Jeanette, you asked me long ago, I know, and I just decided not to tell you I was doing this. So I've done this. I tried it the first time. It was so good. We loved it so much so that I tried it again just to make the video for you guys, and I have to make it again in 3 days because it's going to be Valentine's Day, and that is what my husband wants for dessert. This is good. I hope everybody gets to try this. So I've added in my vanilla extract. At this point, I have been creaming for about 5 minutes, and here is the star of the show, the condensed milk. Trust me, I set everything aside and scraped everything from that cup into the mixture. So don't think I left anything. You need your whole can of condensed milk to make this cake. So now I'm just going to go ahead and cream the condensed milk and everything together here. And once everything is well incorporated, I'll add in my eggs. So this is perfectly blended now, and now I'm going to be adding in my eggs. You're trying to add it 1 or 2 at a time, not everything together at once. So your mixture is going to be beautiful and perfect. Just like that. So I'm adding the last 2 in here now, and that is it. So I'm just going to mix this thoroughly, and then the flour comes in, and this cake batter will be done and ready to be sent into the oven. This cake is good. Boy, I almost forgot about my lemon. So I'm using lemon zest in here. I like the flavor of lemon, and so I'm just going to zest about half of the lemon in here. So which is about a tablespoon of lemon zest together. If you want to just do it on the side and put it in. And then once this is done, I'm going to cut up the lemon and use the juice of half of this in here as well. Anything lemony, citrusy counts me in. Like this cake, this recipe is just amazing. Edo and the brutal and the rough. You really need to try this. Like, I'm not just making too much noise for nothing, okay? I really hope you get to try this recipe, and I know you will come back telling me how good it is. So you want to scrape the sides of your mixing bowl to make sure everything is well blended and there are not going to be any clumps in your cake. And now I'll mix my lemon zest and juice in here with everything, and then I'll go ahead and add in my dry ingredients, which remember we already prepared and is set on the side. So I'm just going to be adding it in bits just to make sure you get a beautiful, perfect batter to get, the best result. You want this cake to be very velvety when it is done, and that you can achieve it if you just want to rush it. Besides, this cake takes very little time. The preparation time is about 10 minutes, 15 tops, and you bake it for 50 minutes. That's what the recipe asks for. But the first time I baked it, it was a little bit on the darker side for me for 50 minutes. So today I intend to bake it for 45 minutes at the same 350 degrees. So anyway, I've added the very last of my dry ingredients in here now, and I'm going to make sure this is cream to perfection. As you can see right here, the texture has changed. It is more fluffy. It is so smooth and buttery. This is like how you want your batter to be. And now I have my prepared baking pan here. Yes, love is in the air. It's Valentine's. So yes, so I'm gonna make a heart-shaped cake, but you don't necessarily need a heart-shaped pan to make this. Even if it's for Valentine's Day, you could make it a round cake. You could use a bun pan of any style or shape, and it's still gonna be beautiful. Beautiful. So I'm just tapping this to make sure that my batter settles beautifully in the pan, so you get a beautiful shape when the cake is baked. And now I'm going to bake this in an oven preheated at 350 degrees Fahrenheit for 45 minutes. The recipe called for 50, but I did 45. So I would encourage you to do similar, check out 45 minutes. And if a toothpick inserted in the middle comes clean, then the cake is done. You don't need to let it go the full 50 minutes. I hope this makes sense. So I'm just letting it cool off a little bit, and just look at this beautiful, gorgeous cake. My house smells amazing. I'm just deodorizing my house with this cake at this moment, and I'm like, how about we bake a cake every other day, Well, good for the house, good for your mouth, but not so good for the hips, I guess, Did you see that? I almost broke that cake. That would have been a big, huge disaster. Huge one, but thank God that didn't happen. So look at that. Quick, simple, very easy to understand recipe. Anybody can make this cake, trust me. And this does not just look beautiful, it is going to taste just as good. Why do I know? Because like I told you, this is my number 2. This is my second time making this in a week, That's why I had to call my girlfriends to come and eat it with me instead of me and my husband just sitting down to eat this cake. This is amazing. So it's like a little dessert time, tea time for me and my girlfriends. And this cake is gonna go hit the right buttons, it's gonna hit the spot, like really. Just look at that. So we are slicing into it now, and I know you want to see. You have to wait. You're gonna see. And there we go. Is this not beautiful? Look at that. So beautiful, pillowy, velvety. And we decided to just ignore tea and have some ice cream with it. So ice cream and strawberries we had with this, and boy, was it good. This is delicious. This is coming to you in time, and I hope you let your Valentine enjoy this. They will appreciate this and you. Just look at that. Look at how beautiful it is. Just gorgeous. So happy Valentine's Day to you all, especially to my Valentine who helped me make this video. And I really appreciate you, honey. Thank you so much for everything. So thank you for watching. And until I come your way next time with something delicious, be loving, be kind, be happy.